Okay, well, this week, since we have spent this time getting our sequencer running, the drum machine and the synthesizer, we're going to look at how to plug those things into Ardour. If you haven't seen the videos or know Ardour real well, I urge you go back to last season, look at the intro to Ardour, and see how we pull things like synthesizers into those tracks. Otherwise, this won't make much sense to you. Otherwise, let's get started. Okay, hopefully this looks familiar to you. We've been Ardour before. If you haven't, go back to season 1, look at a couple of the videos. You're going to need it for this because I'm not going to spend a lot of time on setting up how to set up tracks and do that kind of thing. I'm just going to jump right in. So first thing we'll do is we'll make a new track, stereo track, call it hydrogen, and come up and make sure I'm on that track. Yeah. I don't want it on system capture. I want it on the output from hydrogen. Kind of playing on from last week where I've got hydrogen and Zen both set up running out of Harmony sequencer. I'll put up another track here. We'll call it Zen. And another stereo track. And again, I'll come up here. Hook it to Zen. And now I have Harmony sequencer plugged into, let me pull that down, plugged into hydrogen and Zen. I've got hydrogen and Zen both coming into this, into Ardour, a track for each. I'll arm the tracks and start recording. Whoops, we didn't want that. Back it all the way up. Okay. Arm the tracks. Start recording. There we go. Let's come into this. Start it. I'll pull that down and talk to you for a minute. The first thing we're going to do is basically that's the whole video right there. We have Harmony sequencer. It's plugged into Zen and hydrogen, and Zen and hydrogen now we've hooked to Ardour. We've armed it to record, and we're recording. So we can come here and play a little bit with the various synths and those kind of things, and if we had a keyboard hooked in, as we'll look at in a week or two, we can be playing along with this. So I'm going to turn the volume back up and just go play with Zen a little bit and show you how we have to control some of that stuff coming in. So let's do that. Notice I have the choir pad. So you see how that's done, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Now we can, like anything else, we can always come in and put on our effects, and I can come to Zen and say, oh, no, let's not do it to Zen. Let's do it to hydrogen, because we did some stuff with Zen. Add my various plugins and do whatever it is I do. Let's see if we can find some reverb. It didn't like it. It didn't love me like it oughta. So I've got a stereo reverb on hydrogen now, and all those things that we can do that we've looked at in other videos with Ardour, we can do here. And like I said, that pretty much that's all there is to it. You didn't even need me to start with. It's just intuitive. Come down here, like always. We can fade in. We can add on our automation. Let's do a pan on hydrogen and the manual right. We've done videos on all those things. So that's all there is to it. Harmony sequencer. Get some bass sounds in here, and then in a couple weeks, next week, I think we're going to do MIDI Mon, so you can see how to run the control sequences. But running a real keyboard into this thing, into hydrogen, into harmony sequencer, and then controlling the various types of events with the MIDI keys and knobs and those kind of things. So anyway, that's it for this week. Like I said, pretty tame. All stuff you've seen before. The last couple of weeks, we've looked at harmony sequencer and how we run various patterns in it, going out to Zen and hydrogen and other synthesizers. This week, nothing new here. Same Ardour you've seen before, where we just say what's coming in from the system and put it back out, do a little recording, get this stuff in there. I guess just to show you that it really did do it, we ought to probably do something. So anyway, there you have it. That's this week. Roll up your sleeves, jump in here, and otherwise I'll see you next week. We'll look at MIDI Mon to see how our various control surfaces grab the control channels, change the control channels. We've done that a little bit in the oxygen video, but to set that up so we can use those control surfaces in harmony sequencer and get some other things going. I'll see you next week. Okay, well, that was Ardour plugging some synths in, then running them with harmony sequencer. Stick with us. Next week we're gonna look at how to set up controls, discover controls on our various whatever it be, MIDI inputs, keyboards, pads, whatever. Find out what those controls are, what their numbers are, set them up if need be, so we can go back into harmony sequencer and start controlling it with some of the control buttons on say your keyboard. Otherwise, I hope that you'll give this a try. Like I say, go to the harmony sequencer website, look at some of the amazing things they're doing, and then get ready next week. Controls.